also just going through it to see what the hell I have in here. This doesn't belong in there. I don't even know why it belongs there. Okay, this don't belong here either. Nor does this. Well, you know what? I can keep these in here. These are brackets for remote heads on ham radios. Here's the other half of that other bracket. So you know what? Those should go here with the brackets. These are shims. That should go in there, but it's not going to fit, so that's why I have it there. This is not a bracket. This is one that I made, so that's fine. That can go there. A couple pieces of tin plating. This one won't fit in there, so that goes here. A shim, another one of them, don't fit there. More shims, some plates or L brackets. You find these in the lumber section of Home Depot. I buy a half a dozen of whatever sizes I feel I want at the time, because you'd be surprised how many times I use them. This does not belong there. That can go there. Okay, so let's put these back. Whoa, wait a minute. That's what I need. Again, I get off track. The bracket, so this goes over in the bracket box. I do have a bracket box. Scrap bracket. Alright, so I got the other piece over there. I don't have to use the damn milling. If I had the computer set up with the servos like they said they had, and they don't, they only sell them in Germany. Well, when I asked you, you knew where I was living, you knew I was in the U.S. You're in the U.S. Tell me you had them. They'll be in this week or whatever. But meanwhile, I could have had all that set up. Hit the button. It could have been doing everything I needed it to be doing. Except finding all these little screws. Okay. This, believe it or not, is a nut, leg, bolt, whatever, for the Chuck Norris thing out there. Alright.
Hello there.
So if you want, we can kind of go out there and finagle around with some of this to get an idea. All I need to do is bring a blade with me. Or did I already bring one out there? I probably already brought one out there. Okay. Let's take one of these. Did I have this? So what size is that?
Station calling.
This looks like the one. I'll take this one with me. This one stays here. this, and I gotta remember on the way back, I gotta get the drill bit out of the milling machine, because that little bit is for my Dremel out of that thing. Alright, so let's go over here. Put you up here for now. Here's the original. This is the one I'm going to be using. Put this stuff down here. Now, what I want to do is put this bit in here. Whoop, get in where you belong. So, anyway, this morning, my wife gets a call from her brother. Let me get a pair of pliers. Got a call from her brother that his mother-in-law passed away, which is our sister-in-law's mother by marriage. 93 years old. 96 rather, I'm sorry. And then, this morning, again, not long after that call, she gets a call from her sister that her sister's husband, our brother-in-law through marriage, he's actually the one that got me in boating. Not boating, boating. Hold on a minute. I need to take a marker here and go over here. Anyway, I think he's 85, and he just had hip surgery not too long ago, about a year and a half ago. But now they find out that he has prostate cancer. Seems like it's raining and pouring, and then I get a phone call from a friend of mine. Actually, I gotta do this. Here we go. There. I get a call. A text actually, about a half an hour, 45 minutes ago, that now he's 52, I think. So his father, who's not a young person, but when he went over to his girlfriend's house, or he came home, I don't remember if he was out, if the girlfriend lives with him. I don't actually know the whole story. However, she was found on the floor unconscious. So she's now in the hospital. So when it rains, it definitely pours. Alright, so let's go over here now. I just want to buff these up a little bit, clean off some of this crap. got all vibrated around. Sorry about that. All right. So, for some reason, these look longer, bigger than the hole I just drilled. And they are. Don't tell me I gotta do this again. I do. Why? Did I get a measurement of these things? What the hell's wrong with me? Yeah, let's go back. As long as I got you with me, what the hell? I must have drive you nuts with myself. I'm not gonna go nuts by myself here, guys. Oh, it's a good thing I came back. I left the nut over here, and I would have been going nuts looking for the nut. I got to take that down too this year. They use underneath it, but they don't use the whole thing, so they don't really need the whole thing. I don't know. Doesn't hurt to keep it there, I guess. I thought this is the one I just used. I'm going to take care of that real quick. Here it is. Yeah. Unibit. Or step bit. Call it whatever you want. Now I don't remember where I bought these, but I bought another set of 3. Here's a set here. Oh wait, this is the new set. That's the old one. I bought these about 30 years ago. A set of 3. This one here, the very, very, very tip, has a little chip, so it's hard sometimes to get anything started. So let me buy a new set, because I do use the Unibits a lot. You know, now these are the old ones. Don't ask me where the new ones are, I probably threw them out. I didn't think I'd throw them out, but... Oh, wait a minute, I do remember where they are. I was drilling a hole with them and they stripped, so I couldn't use them anymore. These still work great, however. These 3 here are over 30 years old. I bought another set of 3. I don't know where I bought them. They weren't expensive, but they weren't cheap. They were like $28, something like that. Came home, I'm doing a hole in a piece of aluminum, 1/4 inch. Snap! Snap! Alright, well, seeing that everything's lined up, I just gotta drill the holes. Let me get a better bite on this. Oh, okay, it's the way I use it, or I'm doing something wrong. Oh, wait, why is it that these have lasted over 30 years? Because those are real steel, whatever you want to call it. These other ones is cast crap. Perfecto. I don't want it real loose. I don't want slop. But I don't want to ruin the threads every time I open and close or take it on or off. Okay, are you done? my little piece of metal. Fly. Spread your little shavings. This one's good. This one's still a little tight on the top side, so I'm going to go a little bit more on this one. My nuts. Let me get this. I should go over there and clean these off a little bit because that's a little bit of dirt even though I went to both sides. I've been walking you guys around with me, drilling the holes, measuring, getting the right size, talking about things, carrying you around, and I noticed, nope. And I noticed I didn't hit the record button, so I saved you again. Let me plug this in, if I can do it without hitting a button. I need another camera. I am not. Okay. I need a camera that fits. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Oh, there's the blade. Now, what do you think here? Got this. Got this. It's going to go this way. Like that. The tension alone is going to hold the blade. However, should I take a little piece of that rubber I have and epoxy it down? Because it will stick. This stuff. If I'm going to do that, let me make sure that we got this right. So this goes there. This goes right here to the edge. I'll get my paws up there to get it lifted. Good. So what I can do here is, somebody's screwing around with the radio today. So I don't know if you even heard me when I was talking about it earlier. Because again, I don't know if it was recording or not. I have no idea when it stopped recording. But I want to slot this. I just don't know if I have a way of doing it. Well, maybe I can do it with a Dremel. The nibbler won't work. Anyway, what I was talking about earlier was this morning before I even got up. And I didn't get to sleep until like 3 o'clock last night, 3 o'clock this morning. So I didn't even roll out of bed until 10:30 or so. But my wife had gotten a phone call from her brother that his mother-in-law passed away last night. And she was in hospice. And when they put her in hospice, I mean, they were expecting it, so it's not that they weren't expecting it. But when they put her in hospice, they were saying that she's probably only got 2 to 3 days. And it went on to 5 days. I mean, not that it was going to go anymore anyway, once they've made that decision. So anyway, she passed away last night. And then this morning, right, not long after that, actually I was getting up and I was getting ready to come out here. She gets a phone call from her sister. Now her brother called before I got up. His mother-in-law passed away. The sister calls when I'm scuttlebutting around to come out here. Now, the mother-in-law, which is basically our sister-in-law by marriage, her mother, 96 years old. And she was pretty active up until just not too long ago. Now, my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, calls and says that her husband, who's 85, I think, who had hip surgery a little under a year ago, was just diagnosed with prostate cancer. But they're also saying that it looks pretty good because there was no signs of that when they did all the blood work for the operate, before the op, and that was, like I say, a little bit less than a year ago. So they feel that they caught it in time, so everything should be okay. But it's just one of those things today where, it should hit the fan. Oh, then I get a text from a friend of mine, not a family member, but a friend, who was going to actually try to get over here today for a minute. And he said his father, now the friend of mine is 52 years old. His father went home and found his father's girlfriend, on the floor in the kitchen unconscious. So they rushed her to the hospital. So, don't know idea anyway. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they have any idea. But if he's 52, the father's got to be what? Even if he was a real early baby, the father would have to be at least 77, 78, I would think. No, maybe he'd be a little younger. 52, 62, 68, 70. Yeah, he's got to be around 70 or older. So much for that. Oh, let me go get that. Hold on a minute, guys. I was talking about this as well on this milling machine, because I just use it. Basically swearing it up and down. Well, not so much it, but Proxon's distributor here in the U.S. Now, I'm thinking that I might be able to Notch that out a little bit. But maybe a chain sharpener. And I've got a couple of them, but sometimes if you force these things, they have a habit of snapping and chattering and no, this isn't gonna work. That one's not gonna work.